lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Let everybody get into position, session, time for collision, just in case anybody's asking, them call me Mr. Romantic, Climbing everything to make it rich. Righteous, let's say I did preach. Totally you compliment me. Sit now you in my eyes, don't stick together. Take me as I am. Got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Yo, I really do so many damn things for you. Feeling inside, I ain't no feet to let go. Yeah, anywhere that you go, I'm on a home for you. Do you hear me? Oh no, no, do you hear me? Stay clear. Stay clear, yeah. Stay clear, yeah. Take me as I am. Got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. Got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. Got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Let everybody get into position, session, time for collision, just in case anybody's asking, them call me Mr. Romantic, Climbing everything to make it rich. Righteous, let's say I did preach. Totally you compliment me. Sit now you in my eyes, don't stick together. Take me as I am. Got a lot to give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Yo, I really do so many damn things for you. Feeling inside, I ain't no feet to let go. Yeah, anywhere that you go, I'm on a home for you. Do you hear me? Oh no, no, do you hear me? Stay clear.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing. Guys, go check out my brother Efosa, one of the top talents right now, top musician, top artist, who is going to blow up very soon. Believe you me, this guy has got so much talent that he infuses Afrobeat with grime, with hip hop. The way he does it, like a little bit confusing, but still sound dope. So, other support Nigerian brothers, to support our brother, go check him out on Spotify right now, and you will never forget. You would never regret it. By the way, his new EP is the one I'm just playing right now, and of course it's out right here. Dedicated. That's the name of the title of the EP. Go check it out. So let's get straight to it without hesitation right now. I've got my brothers in the house, Tai Ajagbe, and of course Adewale. We're gonna be discussing, bro. When I say discuss, I mean discussing, the unified heavyweight king of the universe, let's say former two-time unified heavyweight ruler in the whole wide world, who is no longer a champion. However, in the hearts of his followers, like me, I still see Joshua as a champion. However, we know that he needs to get that savage back, and Joshua has had enough of the sweet signs. He said, "Listen, I'm tired of, trying to prove that I can box. I've tried my best. Right now, it's all about going for the kill. It's all about going to war. It's all about ripping people's head off." And I have to really say I agree with his stand. I agree with that because this is boxing right here, and you don't want to let your guards down, especially when a lot of the guys, a lot of people are looking up to you, and they see the potential in you. They see what you can do. They see what you've done in the past, and you perform like that, and people tend to just give up in a way, and all those things that happens. But I believe Joshua is going to definitely come back. So Joshua says, "F the street signs. He wants war with Usyk." In fact, let's listen to it right now. This was an interview that he conducted with IFLtv. Very powerful interview, I must say. And Joshua spoke well. However, I still see some things like I think his team, they deserve to be. His team deserves to be held accountable, bro. Like, his team didn't do the right thing. I mean, I have to say, because imagine Joshua said during the interview that right now his team have to do the study. Like he doesn't have the time to go to be doing all those things. Like, he pays them. Like, the way Joshua spoke, it seemed like a lot of people have been taking advantage of that. Joshua, this is what happens when you have too many yes men in your corner. I believe Joshua is at the point right now. Joshua is a very loyal guy, but he's at the point right now he doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's like, damn, if you're not helping me to grow as a fighter, well, there's a door for you to, that's a door. You can go. Joshua is just opening the door, to learn more, because it's one thing being trained by Rob McCracken, who of course is a very good trainer, credible as well. However, his style is amateur style, bro. And Joshua has gone to America to acquire some knowledge in the hands of so many great trainers, and we'll see what happens. Let's just listen to it right now and proceed.
Respect is important as well. So, you can never twist my words if I don't say too much. You know what you're getting when you deal with me. I'll fight anyone, anytime, any place. Bring me the best. I don't need to talk. It's not about the finances. We fought them all. People have been happy. It's not about the hype. We bring that. We do a lot of promotion of boxing anyway, so people know what they're getting with me. So I thought I don't need to do too much talking. And let other people do the work as well. Let other people have a chance to be in the limelight. I don't always need to be in front of the camera unless it's needed. And I feel like this time around, I've noticed a lot of people talk and there's questions. Is Joshua still hungry?
Yes, sir.
Is he motivated? He's got 100 billion in his account. Is he the same geezer? And it's like, all these questions, and it's like, you see me, I ain't changed. All that's happened is that I've learned. I studied a lot of boxing IQ, and I tried to adapt my style to become more of an intelligent, slick boxer, which is when I look at the greats and the boxing icons and analysts of the sport, the sweet science of boxing is hit and don't get hit. But that style does not change someone's heart and passion towards their craft, no way. But it's just their IQ tries to get better. But sometimes trying to improve your IQ and indoctrinating your raw talent to try and make it perfect ain't always gonna happen in a fight, because sometimes you just gotta dive in and smash this fucker up. It don't matter how you do it, hit him to the hip, throw him on the floor, let the ref tell you off. It's a fight at the end of the day. The ref's there to get involved. So I tried to indoctrinate boxing and try and become smart, because I realized at a young age and early stage in my career, I started seeing I'm fighting the best back to back. I weren't taking on warm-up fights, interim fights. It was like back to back, champion after champion. And then I started realizing I need to get better if I'm gonna last at this level, because you don't always wanna fight with your heart and fire as a heavyweight. I ain't gonna have a brain cell left when I'm done. You know what I mean? If I'm getting smashed in my face every time, bang, 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 and I'm going to war every time, before you know it, my reflexes are gone, my power's gone, my speech is gone. So I started trying to be smart. That's hit, lay back, counter, roll, counter. But ultimately, I think after going through that experience where time hasn't been wasted, I feel what I've learned from my last fight is it's important to have that boxing IQ, but in a fight, it's a spirit that you can't switch off. You have to have that fighter spirit. This is not just boxing. You can't. That's the amateur system because it's 3 rounds. But over a 12-round fight, I have to go back to that spirit that I have deep within me. You know what I mean? And not focus so much on the boxing IQ.
Well, you heard it from Anthony Joshua saying, listen, he wants to go to war now. He's tired of trying to box and move and all this kind of stuff. Of course, what is learned over the years is not going to throw it away. However, he's got to do what he naturally does or what naturally did in the past that got him here. You know, maybe combine them together. I want to get my brother on here, Adewale, to give a stake. Adewale, what do you make of Joshua statement? Of course, this was a long ass interview. Very interesting. I watched it from the beginning to the end. It was very interesting, I must say. What do you make of Joshua's mentality, bro? And what are the things you saw in the interview, or maybe you heard that you liked and did not like?
Hey man, I'm just gonna say that first and foremost, shout out to everybody in the chat room, and shout out to you brothers, Raymond and Ty Ajagbe. In the interview, I found different reactions. I mean, I had different reactions from the things that AJ said. There was a point in the interview that AJ said that, pardon me, I'm just going to use this word, fuck boxing. This is going to be a war. We are going all out, getting our faces smashed in. I might throw this guy on the ground. I might employ any kind of rough house tactics. I have to win this fight. I'm going to be a dog. I'm going to bulldoze this guy. I'm doing anything within my powers to win this fight. But at the same time, in that same interview, AJ said that I'm looking to learn more within the sweet science. Listen, if you take a look at those two statements from AJ, they are confusing. And you're wondering, where is this guy's mind? Which one is it? Are you trying to be a dog and walk down Usyk, use your body size, use your power, you're physically stronger than Usyk? Are you going to use all those tactics to win the fight? Or you're going to learn more sweet science from all these American trainers that you're shopping around, asking for their opinions and having them teach you 1 or 2 things? Which one is it? So it's a little bit confusing for me. I don't know if this guy is trying to employ sweet science or if he's trying to be a dog. In my opinion, he needs to be a dog. But at the same time, AJ is in a position where he is trying to, this is my opinion, just so you know, he's trying to impress his fans, his core fan base from the UK. He's also trying to impress the Black American culture community. And this is why I say so. With regards to his statement on the Black American community, AJ is making references to BLM. BLM was a TV show back in the days about some gangster stuff within the Black American community. He's making references to street life. You know, I used to be a street kid, and this is going to be, I'm going to approach this fight with a street life mentality. I don't know, man. I just feel like AJ needs to be himself. He needs to continue being himself, but at the same time, he needs to bring that dog out. He needs to care less about what these fans are saying, because these fans are going to push him. They're going to push him to a point where he would make mistakes again. So he needs to pay less attention to the fans. He needs to stop trying to impress any community, whether it's the UK core fan base or the Black American community. And also, AJ, I feel like his mind state is in a position where he's trying not to offend his sponsors. Man, AJ talks like a corporate man, but at the same time in the interview, he's coming out to talk like a street guy. It's very confusing to me. I just feel like at the end of the day, this brother Anthony Joshua needs a strong mental power to defeat Usyk, he needs someone. Maybe it's one of these American trainers, maybe a black American trainer. Maybe AJ wants a black American trainer that can bring out the dog in him so that he can defeat Usyk. Maybe that's all he's trying to say, but he's not coming out and saying it straightforward. Because from what I could take from the interview, man is trying to impress black American community, is at the same time trying to impress his core fan base, mostly from the UK. Is also trying to impress his sponsors and all those guys that put millions of dollars in his pockets. I feel like AJ, to win this fight, he needs to pretend like he does not have $100 million in his account. He needs to pretend like he has maybe $1,000. Also, he needs to stop trying to impress people. If what you want is a black American trainer that can bring out the dog on you, then go for it. Go make a black American trainer your head trainer. Stop trying to impress all these people, because you will still have haters no matter how much you try to impress them.
I want to first of all say I don't agree with your statement saying that he's trying to impress black American trainer. In no way did I see anything like that in the interview, bro. I mean, I understand he made reference to the street life. However, let's not forget that Joshua is from the street, bro. Are we forgetting?
My brother.
Have you listen?
Let me just,
this guy didn't Joshua attend a boarding school in Nigeria when he was young? Bro, what do you mean he's not from the street? Bro, who told he's not from the street, bro? I said Joshua is from the street, bro. What do you say he's not from the street?
Brother, listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
This is what I'm trying to say. Streets get levels. You can be from the streets within a community and they consider you to be from the street. But when you go to other communities, you're considered as a soft person. So AJ's street credibility.
So are you saying now that like if what's his name again? Let's say Pablo Escobar were to go to Afghanistan in Taliban, the street of Afghanistan, do you think he will be considered a tough man in the hands of Taliban?
Yeah, it depends.
You think that the Taliban will consider Pablo Escobar a tough man?
I see where you're coming from. You're trying to compare.
No. I'm telling you right now that. Listen, let me tell you. I'm from the street. Okay, I'm from the street.
He's from Watford.
Listen. He's not from an average Nigerian family in England, bro. We are telling. Listen, his family might not be rich, okay, but that doesn't make it average. Do you know the struggle that immigrant families go through in the UK? Do you know the struggle? We tend to, especially Nigerians. I was born in Nigeria. Okay, we're in the street. Okay, now a lot of us look at the UK as a place that is so peaceful. There's no crime. Nothing is happening there. That is the view. That is the perception. And that was made possible because the Western media were like they brainwashed our people back home. Okay, they always show, especially our media. They also buy into it. Like they always show places that are beautiful and that are heaven-like in a way. And then they deceive people that there's nothing like there's nothing in the UK like this, not like suffering or street, bro. There is street life in the UK, bro. It might not be as intense as it is in America, because you have to look at America and the UK. You have to look at the demographic, the geopolitics of both nations is different. Okay, even though the UK actually imported a lot of their bad criminal activities to America. They say what they did in Australia. Okay, the UK took all their criminals to Australia. That's how Australia was founded, and then the Aboriginal people, defeated, and now all of them. I mean, Aboriginal people are not represented in Australia. When you talk about Australian, you only see a white person Australian. I spoke with Aboriginal Australian. recently. I have a friend who is Aborigine, who was Aborigine in Australia. And you know, as a black person, as an African man, as an original man, I always want to ask questions. You understand? What happened to your people? When did your people immigrate from Africa? We started talking, having a deep. You know, I'm very, very, conscious in a way. You know, my conscience. I'm not saying I'm the best or perfect, but I know my history very well. Now, comparing the hoods and the gangster life. Cannot really compare because in America, they're like guns are allowed there. The gangsters in Taliban, you cannot compare it to gangsters in America. They're not the same. What the gangsters in Taliban in Afghanistan will do, an American would never even think about doing it. That's a fact. It's just that the gangsters who are from the slums in Nigeria, the kind of heart, the kind of like things they have to go through, the kind of things they do. Of course, I've seen it. Okay, I'm telling you right now. I think you probably seen it. When you're in the midst of those people, you know you cannot compare. However, speaking the fact, Joshua, he's from the street. He might not be from the core street, okay, but he's from the street. He's about that life. Okay. The reason why we see Joshua, even though the persona of a gangster does not fit Joshua, that's because of his upbringing, because of the family he comes from. You know, being from a Nigerian family, you already know that you have to be cultured. There's a certain way you do things. There are so many things we used to do back in the days where my mom, my parents, I don't tell them, like, this is what happened or so. Even when my friend was killed just 5 minutes away, and I was supposed to escort him to the place he was going, but I know how it occurred back in the days, and it's some of those things that we've learned to forget, learned to let go, because you don't want to go back to that life of crime or think about it, because I've upgraded past that life. Now what I'm saying is that about Joshua, him being from the UK, I feel like if you were to say, why is Joshua trying to impress the British public? Then I will agree with you to that. But why should he? Because the British public really don't really give a fuck about Joshua. The people Joshua should be impressing is Nigerians. Okay? Joshua is of the Ijebu lineage, just like you. And looking at Joshua's lineage, you can see so many warriors in that lineage. So what I would like to do if I was in this position is to bring back the ancestral power onto me again. I mean, I'm not saying me go to you or something, but that mindset, okay, of going to war. Because the mindset is bringing into this fight is the mindset of, is street life. Because he's about that life, bro. It's actually about that life. But that's not the mindset you go in a fight with. Wilder went in with the mindset of the Great Benin Empire. That is why Wilder was able to stand still and keep fighting, because Wilder believed in himself. He took the ancestors along, the African ancestors along with him. So Joshua should do that. But I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying that you are totally wrong. I'm saying that him, like you saying that he wants to impress, he's trying to impress the African American community. I think that is inaccurate. Continue, brother.
All right, bro. You know what? We all have different perspectives at the end of the day. There is no way anybody can convince me that Joshua is from the streets. And I've lived in the UK before. And in the UK, the people from the streets, they are millionaires, or they're dead, or they're in prison. Joshua never made millions, or he never went to prison, or he never became a millionaire while he was on the streets. He became a millionaire when he got into boxing. So right now is the time to focus on boxing and forget about all that street life, especially when you're in your 30s, bro. You're 30-something years old. What the hell are you talking about? Bro, I don't care about all that street stuff, man. A proper boxer will beat up anybody that comes from the streets. And I know AJ has what it takes to beat up anybody, any so-called gangster from the streets. But this is not even important.
Bro, every boxer we adore, love the boxer, at least from the street. You don't know that?
Bro.
At least from
let
the
me land.
street.
Let me land.
Mike Tyson's
Let
from
me
the
land.
street, bro. What are you saying? That the problem, bro?
Let me land,
These
bro.
boxers
Let me
come from
land.
the street. Okay, maybe not. So maybe not like
Brother.
Fury. Fury is from a gypsy family. It's different. But what we're
Why
talking
would, you
about
say
is
why would you say Fury is not from the street if AJ is from the street?
Fury is not from the street, bro.
How is he not from the street?
Fury
if
is
AJ is from the street?
Fury is surrounded by the street. Okay, Fury's dad is Uncle Peter. They've been to jail. They've done a lot of crazy. Even Fury's dad. That's why Fury's dad cannot go to America because of what he did.
Bro, gypsies in the
But
UK. Are street
Fury.
They fight bare knuckle boxing.
Bro.
They actually have a
Fury.
good
We are talking about
claim
Fury
that they are
himself.
street
Fury
people
himself.
as well.
We are talking about Fury himself. Fury himself is not from the street. Okay,
Bro, let's forget about this street
so.
argument.
Let's keep it real right here. But like, you know,
Okay, let's forget about the street arguments. As
Yeah,
far as
good.
I am concerned, Adewale, AJ is not from the street. Okay, he's not from the street. He's a regular guy that has become a boxer, successful boxer. I'm extremely happy for him. He needs to focus on his boxing. And as far as I'm concerned, from that interview that I seen, AJ is trying to impress too many people. He needs to impress himself. Okay, he needs to become a real lion. I don't know if AJ can actually pretend like he does not have over $100 million, 100 million pounds in his bank account and pretend like he only has 1,000. If he can do that, then he's going to beat Usyk, because no matter what happens, he will not be afraid to lose anything. You know, when someone tells you I'm ready to die in the ring, that person is not afraid to lose anything. So if AJ can have that mentality, then I believe that he can beat Usyk and knock him out. But until then, we'll see what happens. Thanks.
I will still disagree with you. Joshua's record proved this from the street. However, you have your own opinion, and I have mine. The facts are record-wise, prove it from the street. So, this is what I would say. Let's get Brown here, Tajagbe, if he's available. Let's see. Jagbe is available. Right? Let's see. Let me see right here. Okay. I think we have to wait for Tajagbe to come in before we. Yeah. Okay. Now, before Tajagbe comes in, now I want to ask you this question. You said Joshua's mentality has to be a mentality of no regret, right? That's what you basically said.
Yes.
Now, for a guy that has millions in his account, how do you implement that kind of mindset?
Man, I don't know, man. See, bro, I'm not even a professional, but I feel like AJ might actually need a professional, someone that can coach him mentally. Okay, and it has to be someone that has the status of maybe someone that has a lot of money as well.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Tajagbe, can you come in, give your take? Come in quick before. Tajagbe, can you hear me?
You know, yeah, I'm here. You know what?
Wait. Can you what happened to your volume, bro?
Hello.
Okay, better. Yeah. Now,
You know what? I have to agree with Adewale. Honestly, that was like almost the same vibe I was getting from him when he was talking. You know, I wasn't. Listen, okay, so I'm not trying to bash him or nothing like that, because at the end of the day, I'm still an AJ fan, but I'm gonna be a boxing fan too at the same time. Listen, so what I'm reading from this guy is it's either I'm gonna stick to the sweet science, or you're just gonna you're gonna bull rush the guy, and you're just gonna be.
bro, I can't hear you like that. Like, you have to up your volume, bro. Up your volume.
Hold on.
Okay.
So my thing is, it's either he's gonna be more aggressive in the fight, or he's gonna be a bit more attentive to what he's doing when it comes to trying to get Usyk and land a good punch on Usyk. So basically, what he's been doing is hasn't been working for him, and he knows it. So to me, I feel like he personally needs to get with Ronnie Shears to try and figure out what he needs to do. because right now it kind of sounds like for certain he might be getting rid of Rob McCracken. You know, he's given hints that he's not. He's given hints that he is, because it's unsure, right? Oh, I'm gonna be waiting six. I'm gonna be training with this guy 6 months, and then I'm gonna go back to Rob McCracken. Listen, man, I'm gonna be straight up honest. If anybody else want to agree with me, if you want to be as good as you are, it's either you let go. It's either Rob McCracken stays in the in the background and counsels you, and that's it. That's all he needs to do. But he cannot be your head coach. If he's going to be a head coach, this is the AJ we will see forever until his end of his career. That means AJ will be losing fights that he's supposed to be winning, and then all of a sudden, like, he'll win, and then he'll lose, he'll win, he'll lose, lose, lose. That's the kind of guy we're going to see continuously. And I, for one, I'm tired of that kind of character. You know, I'm really tired of that character. He needs to figure out what he wants to do personally. I honestly believe that he needs to figure out if he's going to be with the coach personally. You know, because I like the interview because he was straight. I like the part where he said he was going to be. It was going to be war. I like that part. I very much like that part. But all those other uncertainty where he was dropping it about his team, about his coaches, about him, I didn't like that part. It kind of seems like, to me, that's always gonna be a factor, because maybe he feels like it's a loyalty thing. Listen, at the end of the day, like I've been saying, it's you alone in that ring, and just you alone and nobody else. It's either you want to be great, or it's either you don't. You know, you could say you're gonna do this, push Usyk down, do that. When you get in that ring, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. You know, and what bothered me is him asking Clifton Mitchell on what to do. You know, what does he think of this guy, bro? That bothered me so much, man. I can't even tell you how much that bothered me. You know, like, are you not? Why are you asking people of all Clifton Mitchell, really, Tyson Fury's guy? You're asking him for, like, so you're telling me the plan that your team had, you guys weren't sure of it. You know, you weren't sure of the game plan. You know, why go into that kind of, why go into that kind of a fight if you're not sure of that game plan? You know, I like I said, there's so many things I can say about the interview, but right now he definitely needs to, like you said, he it's better to keep positive than to just dwell on it, because if you dwell on it long if you dwell on it long enough, you're gonna be in such a negative mood, and it's gonna affect your career. But for
Let me
me, I
comment.
think yeah, go ahead.
Yo, Ty, I need to rebuttal on something you said. There was a part of the interview where AJ, Kogan asked AJ, so going into that fight against Usyk, were you trying to outbox Usyk, or what was the plan? And AJ's response was, and you might have to ask the coach, something like that. Like, you should ask Rob McCracken and the rest of them. To me, listen, man, I'm not even trying to be extremely critical of AJ, but I'm trying to understand his mind going into the third fight. If an interviewer is asking you about the game plan going into the first fight, and you're saying, why don't you ask Rob McCracken? That's what that tells me, is that you're not yet in a position. Yeah. So what that tells me is that AJ is not in a position to make up his mind to adjust in a fight without having the coach tell him what to do. And that's not a good sign. Okay. But at the same time, we know AJ has the capacity to adjust because we've seen him do that in the past. We know AJ has what it takes to be a dog because he has done that in the past. But here we are today. We don't know what he can do going forward because he has a weird energy that he's giving out in these recent interviews. I mean, he said some good things in the interview that would make you optimistic. He was saying something about, this is going to be a war. I'm going to throw this guy down. He said something about, I might get my brains boxed to smithereens. He said some weird stuff, which would give you some hype, thinking, man, AJ going into this fight is going to bring the fight onto Usyk, man. Usyk, you have nowhere to go. We are cutting the ring off on you. We are throwing that straight right hand, the uppercut. We never saw that uppercut come out in the previous fight. We are unleashing combinations on you. So I don't know, man. It's a very confusing interview, to be honest. But sorry, T.Y. Jagbe. Sorry I cut you off there.
No, it's good. It's good. It's all good. It's all good. But no, it's maybe he's frustrated about the whole situation. And he doesn't know how to properly say his feelings on what he wants to say. Well, I'm gonna say it for him. Going into the fight, he needs to do 100%. Ronnie Shields needs to be there. Whoever he picks, Virgil Hunter, Ronnie Shields, Eddie Reynoso, either one of those guys. I think there's gonna be a language barrier between them two. So I could automatically say Eddie Reynoso's out. But for Virgil Hunter or Ronnie Shields, he needs to be peak shape. If my man is not in peak, I'm not even. When I say peak tip top shape, one of the best shape he has ever come in his damn career, better than the Andy Ruiz fight. I'm not gonna give him the fight. Like I said, I'm gonna be a boxing fan first before I'm an AJ fan, because I want to see the best fight the best, and I want to see him fight his best. You know, as of right now, I think Ronnie Shield would be the best trainer for him, because Ronnie Shield has trained a lot of these heavyweights, and he has managed a lot of these heavyweights. If AJ needs to get a fire lit up his ass, to get riled up doing between bells, so be it, man. Let it happen. I think it can happen. I've watched enough a Pochi fight to know. I know a Pochi could do better in his fights, and he has Ronnie Shield. I've watched enough of his fights to know, damn, a Pochi's not a bad fighter. He's decent. He's decent. He's a decent fighter, and I could say he could be better. So if AJ goes into camp with Ronnie Shield, and he do, and like I said, he needs these black fighters around him. None of that fake UK shit. When I say fake UK shit, I'm talking about these guys that he thinks they're his fans, and they're really not. Because at the end of the day, Tyson Fury is not repping UK as much as AJ's repping UK, and they're giving him shit for it. And I think that's absolutely messed up. The guy does not care about UK, but for some reason, these UK idiots are yeah, Tyson this, Tyson that. While this guy is all about UK, I want to bring, I want to uplift the sport of boxing in the UK, but he's still getting shit for it. So that's why I say this fake shit is not good for him. Some of his team is not good for him, and at the end of the day, I think he needs to go to where he's needed, to where somebody could really tell him, like, okay, man, listen, he could feel that real energy, and then he knows, okay, this is for sure. Where Ronnie Shields tell him, nah, man, that ain't it. These guys will tell him that ain't it. He'll feel that energy and feel like it's different. Because there's the big difference between London and America. Automatically, you can tell when these guys are looking at you like, yeah, man, get that fake shit out of here. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you. So I think it's a good idea to stay low, to go to camp in America and just and learn and learn. It's not, oh, I'm gonna go to this trainer and learn. No, man. You better stick to that one trainer and learn, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's your career on the line. And like you said, if you mean it, it's war. Marvin Tiger said to Tommy Aaron, "It's not gonna be a boxing match. It's gonna be war. It's gonna be a war." And at that 3 minute, he made it a war. That was such a good fight, man. This was such a good fight. So I think when AJ says what he says, I really hope he means it, because I know in sincerity he wants to be the best. He wants to fight the best, right? So,
Hey, Raymond, if you don't mind me coming in, sorry, TY, if you don't mind me coming in, I completely agree with you, man. I feel like AJ is in a position where he wants to win. He genuinely wants to win this fight, and he's looking for any opportunity, any advantages that he can take. In the interview, there was a portion where he said something about he needed like a fatherly coach, like someone that he can view. He also said something about when he went to Eddie Reynoso's coach, Jim. Is that the guy's name? Canelo's coach, Eddie Reynoso. Yeah, when he went to Eddie Reynoso's gym, he could learn some tactical stuff, but he couldn't get that father figure that he's looking for. So Ronnie Shields might be the best person if you think about it. And like T.Y. Ajagbe just said, man, in Ronnie Shields' gym, the video clip you shared earlier in the live stream, Raymond, we see, I'm not sure if that was Jamal or Jamel, showing some, some straight right punches, some head movements to AJ. And AJ just seemed receptive. I feel like it needs that kind of environment. And those guys in that gym, Ronnie Shields, I'm not too sure if that is the kind of coaching they get to be dogs. But we've seen Jamel and Jamal fight like dogs, like animals, when they needed to. Jamal Charlo broke his hand in one fight. He kept on punching with that same straight right hand, even though the hand was broken. That shows you that this guy is a dog. We've seen Jamel. The fight that Jamel lost was arguable. So these guys are tough. They know how to fight. Okay, well, the Castano fight, Jamel Charlo, Castano, the guy from Argentina for Undisputed at 154. Many people thought Castano won. In my opinion, that fight could have gone either way. I would slightly lean towards Castano, just slightly. But I mean, you can't come take 3 titles from the world champion by having a very, very close scrap. So I'm also okay with the draw. But the point I'm trying to make here is these guys are tough in Ronnie Shields' gym. Okay, we've seen Ife Ajagba. Ife Ajagba was with Ronnie Shields. But was Ife Ajagba a dog? I'm not sure if Ife really came out, or maybe he never had the opportunity to show that part of his game because he was having easier fights, okay? So we can't tell, man. I feel like AJ needs a combination of a father figure, which to me is crazy because you're like 30-something years old. Why are you looking for a father figure? But if that's what he wants, fine. Get you a father figure, a Black American trainer like Ronnie Shields, Virgil Hunter. If Virgil Hunter can do the job, so be it. But AJ needs what he wants. What AJ wants is what I feel like he should get. He needs someone that would make him feel like he's representing the Black community properly. So a Black American coach fits that position. He needs someone that he can view as a father figure. A Black American coach fits in that position. At the end of the day, Anthony Joshua needs a Black American coach. That's what I feel. A dog, someone that can bring out the dog in him. The guys that brought out the dog in Lennox Lewis during the time of Lennox Lewis. Lewis came to America when he was in his 20s. And once he got to America, he was a beast, man. He was beating everybody up. He had 2 losses. He revenged the 2 losses. But Lennox Lewis is on another level. Let's keep it real. Lennox Lewis is an all-time great. So we'll see how it goes, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate your take on this. Now, going to the next question that I asked, I said, do you think Tajak, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Do you think Joshua need a new nutritionist?
Bro, absolute. Listen, man. If you was to give me from 100% to how many, 0 to 100, if I told you to slash that in half, I would say he needs to get rid of about 65% of his whole team. 65%, and that is a lot. Because that one, I feel like at this point, listen to me, at this point in his career, I keep saying this over and over again. Let me move back. I keep saying this over and over again. In his point, in his career, man, in his career, the guy is 33 years old, 32, 33. In his point in his career, how is it that you haven't really solidified or really made it clear to your nutritionist on how it's supposed to be for you, your physio team, your strength and conditioning team? Those should have been hashed out, been done and over with. They should know who you are physically, all these guys mentally. That should not be a problem for you. The only thing AJ needs to worry about should be his coaches. That's it. Anything else is secondhand. He should not be worrying about that. For him, this really pisses me the hell off, man. When I tell you about his conditioning, it really pisses me the hell off. I don't care. You're a champ. I don't want to see you gas out like that ever again. Again. Because, bro, if that guy wanted to not, if that guy really wanted to edge it out and really knock you out, even though I believed he punched himself out too, he would have knocked you out on the ground. At this point in your career, there should be no reason why you're on the ropes dying and you're sitting down on the stool. When you sat,
Are you there, bro?
Bro, you cut off.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think network. Yeah. What do you make of it, Tajab? I mean, Adewale?
Man,
Doesn't
bro,
need
bro, I don't know,
a new nutritionist.
I don't know, man. I don't even know what AJ needs, man. I swear. Because in his last fight against Usyk, he came out weighing, was it 241? Maybe 242, something like that. It was light. And I made a comment. I was saying AJ is transitioning into a natural weight for his boxing career. But then after that fight, I started thinking again that maybe AJ should have just come in his natural 250, 251 pounds, heavy guy. Bro, back in the days, bro, I can't forget AJ versus Klitschko. That fight showed me that AJ has what it takes to be a great fighter. I mean, he got knocked down, he got outboxed, but he was still able to come back, knock down Klitschko, and knock him out. Out of nowhere, AJ had gassed out in that fight against Klitschko, but he had his second wind. But in this Usyk fight, it just seemed like Usyk was giving him too much mental stress with his movement, with his head movement, and his circling around. And that's drained him mentally and physically. And that's why he looked like he had gassed out from like I don't know, maybe the 9th round. It was almost knocked out, bro. Imagine if Usyk knocked out AJ. That would be so embarrassing, man. Let's keep it 100% honest. If Usyk knocks out Anthony Joshua, that is embarrassing. You shouldn't get knocked out by cruiserweight, bro. No, don't do that. If you get appointed, it's understandable. But you're getting knocked out, nah. So going into the next fight, if he doesn't change his nutritionist, maybe he can change his nutrition regiment. He can change some training regiment. He might actually have to start building up some muscles again, in my opinion. If that's what you feel comfortable at, having all that muscle when everybody was dissing you and calling you a bodybuilder, bro, if that works for you, if that makes you a dog that can destroy Usyk, then you got to do it, man. But if you're coming in at 247, just like you did against Andy Ruiz in the second fight, and you're thinking boxing can work against Usyk, man, you got it wrong, man. The only reason why you defeated Ruiz the second time coming in with that strategy was because Ruiz himself came in at like 300 pounds and he was flat-footed. He wasn't able to cut off the ring. He wasn't able to come forward, and you still couldn't really hurt him. So listen, man, we are being critical of AJ. It's out of love. We're not doing this because we hate AJ. If he ever comes across this video, this is us trying to push him to be his best. Do whatever you feel is comfortable for you. If you have to change your nutritionist so that you start gaining some more muscle and maybe that gives you some more physical strength that you have always been used to, because we don't even know, maybe all this while that AJ has been losing weight, he no longer has as much power than like he used to. So whatever you have to do to feel comfortable, feel natural, do it. Look at Tyson Fury. Fury came in against Wilder at 270 something pounds. He was still fresh in round 11. He was fresh, bro. Fury was still bouncing around on his toes, moving around the ring. He hadn't gassed out. So whatever weight you feel naturally strong in, then you should do that. Maybe he needs to work on his strength and conditioning more, as opposed to his nutritionist.
Well, if you say so. Tajak, we want to add something to it before Vamora here.
I think I kept on breaking up or something because I know I
Yeah,
got locked out for
your
some
network,
reason,
bro.
man. But listen, Adewale, yeah, my nerves was bad. At the end of the day, Adewale, he, he's right, man. We're not being critical, man. You know, like I said, in this point in AJ's career, the guy's a champion, and he should not be looking like he should not be sitting down. I'm sorry to say, he should not be gassing out. He should be looking fresh and ready to go. He should be raising his hands. He should be certainty of himself when he's in that ring. There shouldn't be any doubt in that mind. As soon as doubt creeps up, it's over for you, man. Because one, you should not be asking somebody, "What do you think of this guy?" It should be, "Oh man, I'm gonna kill this guy." I'm sorry for my language. I'm gonna hurt this guy real bad. Like Canelo, like Canelo said, I'm gonna hurt this guy real bad, and I'm gonna enjoy it, bro. When Canelo said that, I'm like, wow, this guy, man, he is. That is the mentality you need to have. He's a champion, and that is the mentality, right? Wilder has that mentality, but you know what's terrible? It's just that lack. It's just the way he just decides to do things instead of just doing it the correct way. If these guys did things the correct way, man, the division will be in trouble, man. But it's just, unfortunately, it's just the way things are. But we're waiting for the announcement for the rematch. Let's see where he goes. Let's see what he does, man. I really hope he puts the fist to the face, because you could say one thing and then it ends up being the next. And hopefully he comes out healthy. Like I said, man, the physio needs to go, strength and conditioning needs to go, and that's just the end of it. Sorry. All right, man.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate your take on this. And yes, guys, you heard it from our brother Tajak and Adewale. Adewale, do you have anything to add to it? Anything else to add to it?
Man, Taya Jagbe did justice, man. That was a good summary. Thanks for having us on the show, brother.
Thanks, brother. God bless you. Talk to you soon.
Give to you, girl. Take me as I am. Yo, I really do so many damn things for you. Feeling inside, I know feet.